some children with autism and stuff, other developmental disabilities, might not understand those social cues. So I want to make sure uh, make I make them very vivid so they can see, okay, this is a change of tone, this is a change of demeanor, this is why, okay, this is going on. But I'm like, no, I'm not upset, I'm not frustrated. I promise you, this is very mild behavior compared to what I'm accustomed to. I've had aggressions. I had like people punching holes in walls and stuff like this. This is super mild behavior. So
Hmm.
I don't want you to feel like I'm an agitator or anything like that. I was just being stern with him and not necessarily. But
Hmm.
because I'm a male, it just come off a little more aggressive
Hmm.
in the field. So like just having those conversations with that's one of my struggles. Just having changing my tone to make sure that I don't seem too aggressive or seem too threatening and
Hmm.
or like frustrated when I could just be trying to work through a program.
Well, I appreciate you being vulnerable and saying and speaking your truth in regards to that because as you said, perception, right? The perception that you were angry, the perception that you were dysregulated in that situation, but you weren't. You were trying to teach the child a social cue, which means that if I keep talking in a very neutral tone, you're not going to understand when you've done something that needs to be addressed. I won't even necessarily say corrected, but we're going to say addressed. And I think that's very valiant of you to do that and also have that hard conversation with that mom because you could have easily said, okay, well, you want to keep being upset or one less child on my case, right? On my caseload. And you decided to have that conversation to maintain that relationship. So I think that's amazing. So
Mhm.
congratulations. I respect that. Um, you kind of touched base about this a little bit, but can you go a little bit more in depth of like how you build trust with families? Because of course, everyone's child is their pride and joy, but of course, children who have autism, this is new for a lot of parents, especially with when mothers go, and I want to say this superficially, when mothers and fathers, of course, go to the hospital, to the clinic, and they're getting their babies checked out, of course, right? And then they have this healthy baby boy or this baby girl that's born, and then all of a sudden the babies don't start reaching these milestones that have arbitrarily been created. So, how do you build this relationship with these parents who kind of don't know where to turn.